This is sisters Ashley and Angela.
And this is Sister Rooy. Welcome back.
Hey.
So this past week, we saw Shania Twain.
Let's go, girls.
Dun, 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 no. Love it. It was at a different venue from our previous venues. It's a new venue to us. And besides going and staying with you in Michigan to see Taylor Swift.
Right, yeah.
But from like a local, I guess, standpoint in the same state, it's probably the furthest I've traveled to see.
Yeah, almost 3 hours probably. I didn't clock it, but I know it was.
Well,
if there was no traffic leaving from our house, it would have been 2 hours, 47 minutes.
Yeah, it was less than 3 hours. What's actually funny is the one in Tampa was closer, but we spent more time in the car because of the traffic.
Don't remind me.
And guys,
because of the traffic and the venue. Okay, let's just.
I had such a terrible experience with driving to Tampa, and I would 1,000% pick this other venue that we just went to in Jacksonville.
Yeah, Daly's Place, I think was the name of it.
Yes, it's called Daly's Place. Shout out to them because they handled everything great.
And it was connected to the Jaguars?
Jacksonville Jaguars, yeah.
Football stadium.
Yeah, it was like a really cool setup because it literally is right next to the stadium, and you can just walk directly underneath the seats, the stadium seats, and you just see the field.
Yeah, it was just cool. I was trying to think of something else that I was going to say.
They had a little bit
on the tip of my tongue.
Construction, so we had to walk a little further from parking, but parking was included in the ticket for that event. Mm-hmm. And I think I got an email saying that it was actually a shared parking lot for other venues in the downtown area.
You did say that.
And I'm pretty sure I did see people that were not going to the Shania Twain concert. They were dressed up in something else and went the opposite direction than the stadium. So
I was oblivious to this.
Yeah, so if it was multiple venues that had multiple events going on, and we still got free parking, and not free, but it was included, and it was that close to the venue, I was fully impressed.
Plus our seating for our nosebleed typical seats that we are usually getting. Not that this was nosebleeds, but we were pretty far.
Considered further, like it wasn't up next to the stage.
But we were considerably closer than also all the other concerts that we've recently been going to.
Yeah, I could probably see her facial expressions from where we were sitting.
And her high kicks.
Girl
is 60 years old, guys, and she kicks higher than me.
She can kick, and she was squatting down.
She was awesome. I can
and
only
she
hope
looks,
that I'm in.
Yeah, she looks great
at that age. She's fantastic, classy lady.
Yep, and yeah, she turns 60 this month.
Really?
We're always looking at ages, apparently.
Well, it's just because you always think, man, how old they were when we first fell in love with them. And
their music, yeah.
We're so much older than we were. I don't even know. I don't know what facts I was even looking up about Shania, but
I mean,
her first album was like 94 or 95, and I'm like, dang, I was 5 or 6 years old when she came out. And then I'm thinking, was I 5 years old when I first heard, Man, I Feel Like a Woman?
With your things, you're always like, how old are they? Could I do this at their age? Or do I know someone who's this age that I could see doing at this age? That's what you always do.
Yeah, I guess I'm always...
You're like always comparing other people to see...
Because I'm like, I could do that.
Okay, well, what 60-year-old do we know right now?
I don't know who's 60.
Because I want to be like, can you see them doing what Shania Twain was doing?
I don't know anyone who's exactly 60 years old.
And she was
people who are older.
Pretty chill performer. Like, she's
so chill.
Like,
I loved also how she just belted out laughing in some random...
sign? Was it a sign?
Sign? Oh, yeah, after she was reading the signs. And her belly laugh. It's legit. It made me happy.
Yeah.
She's just so cute. Cute 6-year-old.
So besides the time that it took us pretty much being shorter, even though we went to a further venue. It was shorter time to get there than it was to our Avril Lavigne concert.
Yep.
Pretty much, though, our drive, consisted of sisterly talk, pretty much, and the good old McDonald's stop.
Yep. No one was with us this time. We weren't with our mom, even though she was invited. She just wasn't able to go.
Yeah, she wasn't in town.
Your husband didn't come this time, so it was
he's not a Shania person.
Yeah, it was just us and...
Good old-fashioned sister trip.
Yeah, we really just had, one phone call that had us thinking about our motherly lives, which was great, and then had a McDonald's stop where Ashley really had to pee.
Yeah, so leading up to the concert...
So we stopped sooner than we thought.
Yeah, leading up to the concert, I had been battling with, headaches, I feel like, all week, which I haven't really dealt with lately. And really, I think it's the sugar. I think I was going too hard on the candy and on the coffees and on the caffeine and the sodas. And so, funny enough is, I think it was on our way home really quickly that we were discussing our blood work. And I was like, actually, I need to go get mine done because I have high cholesterol. So I need to check that. And I've been waiting for enough time postpartum to go and check that. And I was like, I should probably lay back on the sugar for that and just, in life. But
it didn't help that Ashley only had all of this sugar on hand because she went bulk shopping and it was before a game night and she really delivered on having the sweets
all
available.
The candy. Yeah. And now it's just in my home. And so now I'm eating it while watching TV at night. And I'm like, I got to stop this because I'm having soda during the day, coffee during the day, and now I'm having sugar at night. And then I was having ice cream too, every night too at some point. So I need to cut back before this blood work in a week.
And hopefully for the headaches.
And yes. So anyway, I was battling headaches going up to this. And so I was drinking so much water. And unfortunately, I had to pee because I had taken a bunch of water that day.
So enter us going into McDonald's when it is torrential pouring rain.
And I decided to straighten my hair for the first time in forever.
And we enter this McDonald's, and it is the classiest McDonald's we have ever stepped foot in.
It was so nice.
The music even seemed swanky as we were entering the bathrooms.
It was just, the color palette was so modern. It was super clean.
So clean.
I felt so great going to the bathroom at this McDonald's.
It was great. So we were like, shall we eat here? Yes, we shall.
Yeah, we didn't want to stop yet again, so we were like, might as well. I don't know how much left we had in our drive by then, but I was like, I'm hungry, and if I'm trying to make these headaches not come, I don't want it to be a hunger headache either.
Yeah, you were like, I could eat, and me, Angela, I can always eat.
Yeah, and by the time that, I feel like if we had waited another hour or so, I probably would have been starving.
Yes.
But the nicest McDonald's, and even everybody there, even customers, everybody was so nice.
So nice. Just great positive experience. Loved it for
Great
us.
hospitality. And so that was pretty much that.
Yeah,
and then we were there.
Yeah. And we were just so
pretty uneventful.
Blasted away by how... Not blasted away. What's the word? What's the phrase? Blown away.
I like blasted.
I was like, blasted sounds a little more intense, but I guess you could say blasted, blown. Loved how quickly we were able to get from the main highway to the parking, and then I pumped, and there was a slight storm delay.
Angela kept jinxing us.
Whoops.
I can't remember what else you had said, but you were like, what if we get there and it just does this? And I was like, what?
No, I joked about the fact that, man, what if we're just walking across this parking lot and get struck by lightning?
Oh, yes, that is what you said. And I said, why would you put that in the universe?
And I said, #intrusive thoughts
because
from one of our recent episodes.
Facts. But honestly, yeah, it was storming all around us, and the lightning on our way there was intense.
Yeah, and off and on hard rain.
Yeah, and we only had 2 slowdowns. One was from an accident,
I think you were mad that I said, wow, it's not raining anymore, or something like that.
Yeah, so then 5 minutes before you were done pumping and we were getting out of the car, I was checking if there was any delay from the venue about the show, because there was a storm, like, in the distance right over the venue. And they ended up just delaying 30 minutes, but by the time you were in the middle of your pumping, they had already opened the gates back up. And we were so close in the parking that we could roll down our windows and see if we could hear music.
Yeah.
So there was no music playing yet. And by the time you were done pumping and we were cleaning all your parts and everything and storing your milk, we heard music starting up. We might have missed 2 songs just being in the parking lot. Maybe. Not even.
Yeah.
And she did a bunch of cover songs for the opener.
Yeah.
And yeah, you were just like, so what if we get out of this car and start walking and it just does a downpour? And again, I'm just like, why put this out in the universe?
Yeah.
So you guys know what happened? We got out of the car and started walking, and there's a nice little drizzle. And then it turned into a downpour.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
And we had no cash on us to give the guys. There were parking lot attendees that had golf carts.
We were offered twice to get a ride straight to the entrance. And I was just like, man, I bet you're expecting a tip, and I got nothing to give you.
Yeah, I had no cash. That was less than $20, and it wasn't even on me.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a really short walk.
I know.
Once we went around the construction.
Once we realized we were
like right there.
In the right direction.
So, of course, we get in, and I have to pee again. And I'm like looking at this venue. It's an amphitheater, and I'm just like, there are going to be no bathrooms up near our seats.
I was so shocked about that.
Yeah, you were just thinking back to our Pink concert where there were bathrooms up by our nosebleed of seats.
Mm-hmm.
And so we ended up just asking a staff member who was luckily by the escalators. And we were like, are there bathrooms up there? And he looked at us and was like, no. And
I really thought he was joking.
Yeah,
I was hoping he was joking.
Being sarcastic. I was like, well, where's the nearest one? Because that one, there was one when we first got in.
At the entrance, it was closed. Like, come on. Plan better.
But honestly, the stadium bathrooms were nice. So that's how we saw that it was connected right to the stadium. And we actually went to the Jaguars bathrooms.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice, but so hot in there.
Oh, so hot. But then we get out and we're just like, man, the field is right there.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. Took some photos and we're on our way to our seats. And even finding our seats, super easy. And we get to them, sit down, and they are also cushioned.
Yeah, they were such nice seats.
They were like cushioned hard seats. And I'm just like, these are the nicest seats I've ever been in for any venue or any event. And they had cup holders and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So super impressed with this venue. Not at all impressed with the one in Tampa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we were also happy we made it on time. If we had planned a little better for us to switch, so I pumped in the car, we would have really made it on time, but it doesn't really matter. We still made it for the first and only opener. And enough to see her personality and hear her sing, and that was fun.
And she was cute. Yeah.
Loved her outfit.
All through the night, we were on our way home, because, of course, we had this drive home as well. So on the way home, after everything was said and done, we were just like, how old did you think this person was?
Oh, yes, everyone in Shania Twain's band, because she only had 4 other people with her on stage, right? The
2 bassists.
Yeah, the drummer,
and then the fiddler.
Yeah, it's only.
Yep, 4. Only 4 people, and then her.
Mm-hmm.
And
but boy, were we wrong.
Oh yeah,
a lot of the ages
for sure. And I was really impressed with the fiddler. I was like, dang, she's awesome.
She was a multifaceted instrumentalist.
Totally. And
she was.
Yeah,
and I liked her outfit. Oh no, she was the one in the skirt.
Yeah, you liked the
girl
other
in the crop and the like cargo pants, I guess.
Yeah, she was the bass. And yeah, the drummer and all these other people were girls. She had one guy who was on the other bass. And anyway, the fiddler, it makes sense in hindsight listening to Shania's songs, because I'm just like, oh, she does have a lot of that sound. But she was awesome. I was like, girl power! And the guy was cool too.
Yep, loved them all.
Which brings us to the concert. So,
dun, dun, dun.
So Angela and I are at a concert and we love music and we're standing and we're jamming and we're singing along with Shania. And I think it was like 2 songs that we had
No, it was after the 3rd song.
It was the 3rd song?
There were 3 songs that she played, and then she started talking to the audience.
Oh, really? Okay. I couldn't remember that detail.
Yeah.
So...
I only remember this because this was such an interesting moment.
Yeah, so I guess there was a pause in the music or in between, so she had been talking to the audience. Mm-hmm. And
this is where we were thinking, do we sit down for this or not?
Yeah, so maybe we were like looking at our seats.
Maybe.
Because all I know is all of a sudden we hear a disgruntled man behind us.
Disgruntled man, that is an appropriate word. And
do you remember his exact words?
Something like, it would be nice to see the stage.
Wow, you really went there with the stage.
Sorry, it's vivid in my memory.
It was either stage or show. I think he said show.
Maybe. Show or stage. Doesn't matter.
This man said this so angrily at us that we were so taken aback that we like had looked to kind of probably be like, who's he talking to?
Right. Is he talking about us?
And he was talking.
It did sound from behind.
Yeah, he was talking. We all made weird eye contact with each other, and
you and I made eye contact first, and we're like, where'd that come from?
And yeah, like I said, I don't know if we were already looking down at our seats to like take our seat and sit down, that he had been like, okay, they could hear me. But he also said this very loud because there was no music playing. And so we just kind of looked at him and were like, sorry.
Yeah.
And we sat down.
Yeah.
Which brings us to our question.
For our listeners.
What do you do in that situation when you are at a concert and you
prepared to dance and stand the whole entire night
and sing? Like, what else are you there to do? I don't know. There's a couple of things, I guess, that we can talk about. One, we were not the only people standing in our section. There were other people around us standing, but not directly to us.
Right. Same row that we were in, a few people to my left.
Yes.
A group definitely standing.
And then, like, maybe the section next to us, there was a group standing in the front.
Yeah, and they were
to our right.
Even, like, the first 1 and 2 rows. So definitely people behind them sitting, having to stick with the fact that they were standing.
Yeah.
Or deal with it, I suppose.
So we were not the only people standing. We were, at this point, like, embarrassed. Our faces were, like, probably hot.
I know. My cheeks immediately are just like, man, I feel scolded. I am in my 30s, and seemingly, I feel like the guy was
in his 50s?
Was he that old? I don't know.
Might have been 40s or 50s.
I don't know. I didn't think he was that much older, but I was just... I don't know. I was just shocked that was his attitude right away. And then I was mad because I'm like, I really wanted to dance and sing to all these songs that Shania has. And now I'm all in my head about, do I stand? At what point? Because I'm not going to sit for the rest of the concert. That's for sure. But... I'm also like, do we try to move somewhere after? In my head, there's so many scenarios where I'm like, all right, if we're gonna
again, it really got us thinking.
I know, because I have never had this really happen to me.
Yeah, same.
And it would be one thing after talking like with Jake, my husband, about it. Jake's response was, were they handicapped? Were they in a wheelchair? Like his mind went to, if that was me, I probably would have asked, can you stand? And if they could have, then he would have been like, whatever. But I'm like, I do, sadly, or not sadly, I do care about people's emotions, and therefore now I am overthinking everything, every action at this darn concert.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we were at that point looking at other seats down below, like, could we get there? Are there people checking seats if we were to move our seats? Because people down low were definitely all standing. Mm-hmm. And by this point, I had people come and sit directly to my right. And it was a couple who this guy was just like masculine, and this girl was very...
He's muscular.
Yeah.
Masculine and muscular.
Yes. And so Angela and I are just like sitting looking at each other like, can we... It was unfortunate that it was during the next...
Felt like I was a little girl. Like, aw.
Yeah, I'm like, I have so many things to say right now. So one, we had just driven for... over
3 hours.
Yeah, for over 2 hours, and we're just sitting in a car. I don't want to sit anymore. And then I'm just going to be sitting on the way home.
He wouldn't know that, but yes.
I know.
Yes.
And then it's like in the middle of the week, and so we're moms that barely get to have a mom's night out.
I know. And this is a girls' night, girls' concert.
Like Shania Twain is all about like,
girls.
Let's go girls.
I know.
Man, I feel like a woman.
Then we have this man, like, telling us to sit down.
Yeah, it was the way...
The way he really said it.
Yeah, it was the way that he handled the situation is really what irks me. Mm-hmm. And because I can understand after the thought of everything, but in the moment, I was like, that was not the way to handle the situation. And anyway... Fast forward to, we now have these people right next to me because the seats were empty.
Before you talk about them, though, you said you noticed other people's reactions to this guy saying that to us. Because I think I just went tunnel vision. Oh my gosh, what just happened? Now I'm embarrassed. And Ashley went like observant whatever and noticed everyone's reaction.
Yeah, I like instead of tunnel vision, I just got peripheral vision because I was like maybe just wanting to see what other people had to
witness
because again, it was loud.
It was so loud.
And so yeah, there are at least 2 people to our left that just made eye contact with me and gave like a
in the same row, or it was to our left and like behind us ish.
It was directly to your left.
Okay.
That she
the
made.
Girl in the cool like shoes,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
She made a look to me of like, yikes. And then there was a girl with a group in front of her that looked and raised her eyebrows and was just like, geez, oh Pete's. And I kind of just mirrored their reactions and was just like, oh my gosh, what just happened?
So at least you at least saw that and was like, okay, we're not weirdos for thinking that was...
Again, we were not the only people standing in this section. No. So now we have these 2 to my right directly. And that's this masculine man who's right next to me and then his girlfriend right next to him. And right after we got scolded and sat down, she starts playing a popular song that we both love. Yeah, she starts singing Up. So I was so sad I couldn't just belt out the song with her. So we're sitting there just like, along,
we're like,
swaying with our bodies because we're sitting now.
We're like, you're not going to get us down, but we're down right now.
Yeah, I mean, we were still on a high and still enjoying life. We were just overthinking it. And
this is why I remember it was up, because I was like, yep, it can only go up from here.
And so this guy he leans over to me and he's just like, do you guys want to switch and come over to our seats? Like, do you want to swap seats? Because you can dance over here. And I was like, I don't know what to say. And Angela's like, I don't know what you're saying because it's loud. And which I will also say that was probably the loudest concert we've been to, but probably because we were in close proximity to the stage. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I was catching Angela up and I was just like, they're asking if we want to switch seats so we can stand and dance, because the people right next to them were also standing and singing and dancing. And so we were like, you know what? Honestly, yes. But the guy was just like, seriously, do you want to switch seats? You can stand and dance over here and I might just do it with you. And I was just like, I appreciate that, masculine guy, but yeah, we will switch seats with you. And then the girlfriend was like, yeah, we totally don't mind.
Yeah, once they said that and I saw that people were kind of standing around them, I was like, yes. If you're going to sit, yes.
Yeah, so we ended up switching with them, and he and his girlfriend sat in our seats and we're sitting down, and I saw, got the guy who scolded us to laugh. So I don't know what was said to him to like lighten his mood, but I just know that we eventually sat back down and the girl leaned over and said something to you.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh, no, she just said, if I gotta go to the bathroom, just know I'm gonna, like, book it toward you guys or something. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. It was something just
so
like
random.
That. So random. I was like, of course.
Okay, well, there's a break in the songs, and they do book it, but the opposite direction. They didn't even come toward us.
Yeah, it made no sense.
And then, guys, they were gone the rest of the rest of the concert.
I really wondered when they were going to come back, and they never did.
Well,
but then you saw that they found a spot higher up and just kind of further back. And
yeah, so I had just wandering eyes for the rest of the concert just to be like, are other people standing in these sections and sitting in these sections?
Because if it hadn't have been for this experience, we never would have probably been checking out who all was standing.
Paying attention. Yeah, I mean, I was enjoying it, dancing and singing still, but I was definitely just like moving and like looking while I moved.
More in your head too.
And this guy that scolded us ended up standing and dancing and singing with his girl. And there was one time where she stood by herself and he was sitting. And they had people behind them that were
sitting.
Probably either had to sit or stand because they stood. And yeah, it was just interesting because they ended up standing at some point too.
Do you remember, though, were they standing then the majority of the rest of the concert?
It was her main hits.
Okay, only.
So I'm like,
but it was all of her greatest hits. There was maybe one song that I personally didn't know, but I even knew her newer songs.
Yeah, it was like Honey, I'm Home.
Like, that was the name of her tour.
And Man, I Feel Like a Woman.
That was the name of her tour, Greatest Hits.
That's what everybody's doing these days.
But it was all of her greatest hits.
Right.
You should have known all the songs, honestly, if you are a true Shania
If you're going to Shania, yeah. I'm just like, anywho, I'm pretty sure it was Honey, I'm Home, and Man, I Feel Like a Woman.
I don't know. When you told me that they actually stood and danced for a lot more of the songs than you anticipated that they would, that made me mad.
But I know there was one song that she stood for and he did not. And I was just like, I don't understand. But during my wandering eyes and jamming out, I did notice that the couple that left that swapped seats with us, they went and were just like up in the corridor of where all of the steps.
Yeah, kind of in a public viewing area where you could have stopped and no one would have been behind you.
Yeah.
And she was dancing.
Yeah, she was dancing and standing
having
the whole
grand
time.
Old time.
So they just went and found a new place like we were considering.
Yeah.
So, concert ends. We book it out of there. In a nice world, he would have apologized for the way he handled the situation, but he was not that type of person.
Nope.
And so we get in the car, and obviously we're talking about it.
Venting still. Because honestly, nothing was really going to get me down at the concert, especially after we moved. And I was like, okay, now I know I'm not making this guy mad. The people behind us are standing. Cool.
Yeah, and the people behind us had a cute little girl, and I could very clearly hear the little girl being excited for Man, I Feel Like a Woman. Mm-hmm. And so when that song came on, I specifically turned and asked if she could see because it was like a little girl, and I'm like, I'm not going to obstruct her view. I'm aware of my surroundings like that, yeah. And I think I would have been privy to that even if this hadn't happened with this man.
Right, yeah.
But I made sure that she could see it because that was literally the song she wanted and was waiting for, and her mom was like, yeah, she can see. Like, they had her standing on the chair and everything, and it was so cute. But yeah, so we get in the car and now we're just, discussing it. So the whole question is, are we the assholes for standing up and singing and dancing for a concert we paid for? And I took it to the internet and I asked. Not personally, but I was like, people have probably asked.
Well, they had to have, yes.
And the consensus was mostly we were the assholes.
But, what were their reasons? I guess I'm curious what you searched of, was there also a way that he could have said it? What should we have done?
So The consensus was mostly that
we should just know if no one, we should just know in the back of our head, have eyes in the back of our head to be sure whoever's behind us
is standing.
And if they're not, then we sit.
Yeah, they pretty much just say, like, be courteous to those around you. If the majority of the people are standing, then stand. If the majority are sitting, sit. But here's the thing, is at our venue specifically, there were other people standing. So it's not like we were the only ones.
I know. It was like half and half.
But the consensus was mostly like a money thing. So they were all just saying, you may have paid, however much money to see the concert, but so did they. And so now you're just ruining their concert experience because they paid for the same amount of ticket. Like, if you want...
But how do you even know they paid the same amount? Like, we could have probably even got a resale ticket that was ridiculously higher than what they even paid for.
Yeah, I don't know. They all said...
If it's a money thing.
Yeah, they all said that if you want to stand and dance, like, get next to the stage, and it's just like, well...
I don't have the money to pay next to the stage.
Yeah. And so then they're like, well, then get the money that... pay for the ticket that you need to do, but then be courteous to those around you. I'm trying to think of what else they said. They also asked for this particular post, because, of course, I went to Reddit. They asked, was it a sold-out show? And so this night was not sold out, that we could tell, because there were seats. And like I said, we did consider moving. And then we, I guess, actually did move, because
we did.
The people next to us asked us if we wanted to swap seats.
Yeah.
And there was also people in the comments saying how some venues don't allow you to, like, kind of go up what the other couple did and go up to the railing and be in the, like, concourse hallway area. Yeah. Entryway, whatever, because of, like, safety reasons. But I don't know if they really seem that cared either, because that's what they did.
Yeah. Yeah, I really do think, because there were quite a few seats, like you said, down below us, where I'm like, if we just walked in super confidently, like,
in the middle of the show, to be like,
yeah,
we sat there.
We probably could have gotten away with it. But, I mean, one, we are not the type of people to make it a bigger scene, because obviously then we would have probably talked back to the guy. Instead, we just sat down and we were like, well, crap.
But you said that it made other people say stuff to your left, though.
Well, yeah, I do think him saying whatever he said to us, it caused a slight ripple effect down to the left of us, to the other people in our same row who was standing, because they also seemed to be talking angrily, and there was tension in their voices with the people to our left and the people that were, like, kind of behind. So, I don't know. But the fact that we were offered to move and it was okay, I was like, all right, I'm not going to make this a bigger deal. We're fine. Yeah. And like I said, I was like, Shania's speaking to me. Up, up, up. Like, I'm listening to this song. Can only go up. I'm not going to make it worse. I'm not that type of person to be spiteful in public and whatever. I'm just going to stew about it internally, though, and vent about it with my sister afterwards. And let out all of my emotion truly on how I feel. But I don't know. I was like, we definitely didn't make the situation worse, which is a lot more that we can say than other people can say. Like, I just feel like some people, how they won't back down and they're stubborn about it. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
They would have talked back to them.
Right. And I'm just like, not really worth it.
It's not like I was looking back and making faces at him. I was mostly just looking back to be like, okay, he's clearly standing during this song.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm just like, I don't know how I would have liked to have been approached, but if he was nicer about it, it would have been, but I would not be talking about it so disgruntledly right now.
Yeah, it was mostly like, sure, we could have been more aware of our surroundings. Everybody else in the comments just said that we're, like, entitled, that we think that we're better people or better than everybody else. For the other people that asked the question, because it was a slightly different situation, but ultimately similar, of, like, standing and singing, are we the assholes?
But then on the flip side, if you think we're at some kind of show where for some reason we're not standing while someone in front of us is standing and we're upset about it, then what would you do?
I think I would politely tap them on the shoulder and say, can you just move a little bit to the left or right so that we can see because we're short?
Yeah.
Or we're deciding to sit. I'm pregnant. Like, that's the only time we sat was because we were pregnant at Pink.
Yeah.
And no one stood around us.
Yeah. I'm like, would I ask them to sit, or would it just be like a question of, do you plan to stand the whole time? Nicely, you know?
Yeah, it was the way that he just yelled it at us in the middle of a lull. Like, there was a silence. And it was so angrily said. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, if that's your girlfriend with you, good luck to you.
The thing is, he just already accepted the worst, that we were going to be terrible people.
Yeah. And all you had to do is tap us on the shoulder and say, can you move a little? Yeah. But, yeah, I just, the way that he handled the situation, we could have been the assholes for it. I just think that he was also an asshole for the way he handled the situation.
Yeah.
So, our question for you guys is, has this ever happened to you? What would you do? And are we the assholes?
Yeah.
And if you have any questions about any more of the situation, I guess, ask us. Because I will also say, these tickets, while we were deciding if we were going to go or if our mom was coming, like, we took a couple weeks to decide if we were getting the tickets and what sections we were getting them in.
Right.
And I do feel like they were cheaper at some point than what we paid. And we did end up paying more than what I thought we would pay. It's still not super expensive,
right,
by any means. But I feel like we could have easily paid more than him for a ticket.
It's possible.
And we drove. Who knows where he drove from, but
we'll never know.
Never know those types of details.
But. I know, because honestly, he could have had a really bad day. If you think about it.
I know.
If we're putting each other's and people's shoes.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely. And, I mean, it could have been the girl, too. That was just like, can you say something to these girls?
Who?
Oh, the girl
yeah,
he was
yeah,
with.
Right. She could have been egging him on. You just never know.
Yeah.
So I guess, I mean, long story short, for as much as we're angry that it happened.
I'm just angry how it happened.
Yeah, right. Angry how it happened. I guess our suggestion and lesson learned from it, I suppose, or advice, if you're going to act like this and call somebody else out. Do it kindly. Nicely. You can do it nicely. Not everyone's terrible. That's it.
Yeah. We are very happy people.
Which is why it really didn't get us down. We loved the concert. Knew
most of the songs and still jammed out. And luckily we're still able to dance.
And our optimistic view was, hey, we got a story out of it. Because that has just never happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially with us being Shorty McShortsters. I mean, I'm shorter than you, but still. I'm like, I gotta stand a lot, guys.
There were some shorties in the comments that still said we were the buttholes in that situation.
I don't know. I'll contest it for a little bit more.
As you said, put yourself in other people's shoes.
And I do it way too often, and this is why I'm so nice, and this is why I just sat down when I heard him be mad.
And as I've said, I just didn't like the way he handled it, so.
Yep.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Still a good time at Shania Twain. So
good. Highly recommend seeing her, because she's fun.
Oh, yeah.
She had a good time.
The energy.
Had a good time.
Great, with all of the high kicks, and the fiddler, and the drummer, all of them. Just great energy all around.
So good.
So good. So, catch us in the comments to tell us if this has happened to you. And like I said, let us know if our viewpoint is totally wrong.
There's one thing that I wanted to bring up about the concert, and it was the only thing really that I was observing outside of everybody's outfits, because they were insanely awesome.
Always looking at the outfits.
I love it. Was the couple in front of us that was just sitting down, but like not reacting at all.
They looked so stoic.
So just, were they even having fun? I bring this up because I noticed the guy sitting and he had his hands clasped and he was looking at his wrists. And I did notice that he looked at his watch. And I was like, man, is he wanting to go? And then I'm just looking at him and I was like, is he even having fun? I mean, he's just like sitting there, not reacting.
1000% if football season had started, he would have been there on his phone watching a game.
Yeah, for sure. Like, he did not care. And the girl that he was with also just seemed like she was sitting back, wasn't going to be dancing at all. And I'm just sitting there
not even I
can't relate.
A leg bounce, like nothing. These two people just did nothing. So finally, you actually...
I tapped you on the shoulder or something.
Tell me to look. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah. Wow, I like started paying attention. But then they ended up leaving...
Definitely before the first song. Or the last song, I mean.
Yeah, they left, like, right at the last song. And the last song was Man, I Feel Like a Woman.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, if I felt the need to leave because of whoever I was with had to go, I'd be standing my ground. Because I'm like, no, I'm dancing to this song. I just could not relate to this couple at all.
Couldn't believe it. Yeah. And they left right before Man, I Feel Like a Woman. And sadly, Shania, that was my only thing. Shania did not say, let's go, girls.
Oh, yeah. And that poor little girl that wanted her to just say it.
I know. The little girl behind me who was so excited for Man, I Feel Like a Woman, she really was most excited about her saying, let's go, girls. And she never did. And I was like, oh, that poor little girl.
For her. I don't know why she wouldn't have said it. It would have got the whole crowd just screaming more.
Yeah, because that one, everyone was definitely on their feet singing along, including the guy that scolded us. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, yeah, you feel like a woman? Because you scolded two women?
Don't remind me.
So, yeah, just let us know if we were in the right or the wrong, and if this has ever happened to you.
Yeah, I'd really like to know what you think.
But you can find us at sister.rooy, Rooy, on Instagram, and you can find us at Sister Rooy on Facebook.
Yeah, give us some likes, give us some loves.
And talk to us about your concert-going experiences, because this one was different than our other concerts we've gone to.
Very. And now, we're leaving it on, we don't know the next concert we're going to.
Nope.
Not at this point in time. So, stay tuned.
Okay, bye.
Bye!